Everybody knows the saying, practice makes perfect, yet few are aware just how much effort goes into productive preparation. It takes hard work from those behind the scenes to get the starters ready for the limelight.
Scout team is a very, very important piece to our product.
The scout team is emulating the team that you're going against.
Without scout team guys giving you great looks, you're going to struggle at actually understanding what the game plan is and performing it.
Performing scout team duties isn't easy. But with the guidance of young and energetic coaches like Christian Robinson, that doesn't mean it can't be fun.
About to have a house party on the scout team. Touchdowns. Let's go. Go score. Go score. Left hash. This is the one. This is going to hit home. I know it. I know it. Oh, feed him. Feed him. Get to the ball. Dropping dimes. The scout team's just destroying it over there. How's that feel? Right hash. Hey, sir, get off my scouts. Great effort, guys. Love scout team.
Good scouts, you hope that the guys understand their role, that if you don't have guys on the other side of the ball in practice, you cannot be prepared physically, mentally for what's going to happen in the game. I think it takes somebody that has to remember how they got there. It takes remembering that you didn't just become an SEC scholarship athlete to get there, and even if you're not on a scholarship, you've worked to get to this point, and you remember how excited you were to say that you were coming to Ole Miss to play football.
It takes somebody that loves football a lot. I mean, and there's a bunch of guys out there. I mean, ever since I've been at Ole Miss, I've seen a bunch of guys come through that you just see like the love for the game, and they want to be out there, and they just want to work, and they want to compete, and whether or not they ever get a shot, or whether or not they get enough shots, or whatever it is, I mean, those guys still come to work just because they love it so much.
While effort on the scout team often goes unheralded, it was selflessness and hustle that earned linebacker Tayler Polk individual attention.
He's one of those guys that, man, size isn't going to bother me, and now he's up to 208, 210.
He's one of those guys that's really undersized, so he has to come out there and almost work at, 110% no matter what, just to compete out there. And you know how hard he worked and like how far he's come just to get to that spot, and it's pretty awesome.
You get what you put in, you know what I mean? And it's the whole team, so you can take the approach of, I'm just gonna be out here, go through the motions, let them do whatever they want, I'm just here. Or you can take the approach that I did, and that was I was gonna make a statement, that I can play with anybody, and that I'm gonna make the offense work as much as possible so they can get ready for a game.
Guys like Tayler have come in and not only given their time and service to giving us those correct looks, but also to playing in critical moments for us on special teams or on defense or offense or either one. And you never know which play it is that's going to count in a game-changing moment. And Taylor's been in a bunch of those plays.
Taylor's determination paid off early in the first game of the 2014 season when an unfortunate penalty thrust the former scout teamer onto the front line.
There is a flag.
Personal foul. Targeting a defensive receiver, number 4 on the defense. By rule, 14 is disqualified the contest.
This is really significant because not only is Serdarius Bryant one of the leaders of this team, but you got to remember Denzel Kimdichie, who is also another starting outside linebacker, is suspended for this game. So now they're down 2 of their primary guys playing in the outside linebacker position.
I remember seeing whenever Bird hit the guy, I was like, no way it's targeting, and they throw him out, like, man, he's out. And then Coach Allen comes over to me and he grabs me and he's like, you ready to go? And I was like, oh my gosh, and then it all hit me. It was very surreal.
It's only fitting that a player known for his dedication to practice was prepared when his number was called. Polk stepped up during a goal line stand and would continue to prove himself for the rest of the night.
Big hit from the Rebels.
Good job. Thank you for putting me in there. Thank you for giving me a shot.
Hey, I believe in you.
Yes, sir.
I do.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't put you in here if I didn't.
Yes, sir.
I've grown up watching Ole Miss football my whole life. Grandma's had season tickets, and just knowing that I was out there playing for Ole Miss and actually having a pretty big impact out there, just being out there with starting defense, because Bird and Keith going down, that was a big deal. So it was kind of shell-shocking, but it was just great to come out with a victory. It was kind of surreal being around the guys like Cody Pruitt and Sinquez, DT, like all these guys. It was almost like playing with legends, you know what I mean? Like not just teammates. So I knew that I had to do everything that I possibly could not to let them down, regardless of what it did for me personally, just for them, because they had earned so much that it was definitely not my place to come in there and screw it up for them.
All those things that you need to be a walk-on, to every day at the end of the day when you don't get the credit and you may not get the things the scholarship kid does, to wake up the next day and say, I'm going back for more. I'm going back for more. And it really takes a special kid to be able to do that. And Tayler Polk has all those things.
It's tough, but I mean, you got to have the future in mind. You know what I mean? You got to know what you're capable of. You got to trust in yourself. So that was the main thing for me, was coming in, doing everything I possibly can to show that I belong. Just making sure, you know, whenever my time comes, by God, I'm gonna make the most of it.